Hey Fit Beans in the making, I hope you're doing great. Today I'm gonna show you exactly how you can gain muscle on a vegan diet in a fast, quick and sustainable way. So if you're ready for this awesome information, then you're at the right place. And if you just watch this video until the very end, you're gonna know how you can build muscle in a more efficient way than you're doing right now. Because frankly, a lot of us, and I certainly in the past, I made a lot of mistakes when it comes to building muscle. And today, I'm gonna show you how you can eliminate those mistakes and finally experience predictable, big and fast muscle growth. So all I ask in return for this awesome advice is just smash the goddamn like button down below so this channel stays in awesome favor of the YouTube algorithm gods. Okay, let's just jump right into it. Number one, the biggest mistake, frankly, that I see a lot of vegans, and I certainly made this in the past, make is that we do not eat a sufficient amount of calories. What this means is that we do not eat enough energy through our nutrition that would sustain muscle growth in the long term. One of the biggest advantages the vegan diet has over a standard American diet, next to antioxidants, next to being way better for the animals, is the fact that it has less calories, which means it will make you lose weight without that much benefit, without that much extra changes that you need to make, I would say. I mean, it has a lot of benefits, so to speak. However, when it comes to muscle hypertrophy, you gaining muscle, there's not that much benefit you can experience from a diet that doesn't have as much calories, because you want to follow a nutrition behavior that gives you more calories than you need to sustain muscle growth. An easy way you can go about adding some extra calories in your nutrition is adding dried fruits or smoothies. So simply eat what you're doing in a day and drink one big smoothie, like from some fruits, oats in there, soy milk in there, and that's it. Okay, you can make this as simple as possible. The complex way to go about this is just to eat more than what you're already eating. So if you eat 100 grams of broccoli, eat 200 grams. However, this is not as proficient as the simple way, which is just to eat simple and calorie-dense foods like dried fruits or smoothies. Okay, so the number one is that for you to sustain muscle growth and to fasten the muscle growth, you need to make sure that you eat a sufficient amount of calories, more calories than you actually need. The second tip that I'm going to share with you today is that you need to consume a sufficient amount of protein. Now, in the vegan community, there's like this battle about you don't need protein, or you need so much protein. Like we all need protein, but just in varying amounts. And I would say that if you're not a sedentary person, if you're moving on a regular basis, and if you're aiming to build muscle, it's better to be on the safe side with protein. So it doesn't mean that you should drink 10 protein shakes a day, but just to be safe, I would recommend you to drink one protein shake after your training and structure your nutrition so you have a sufficient amount of protein in them. Which means when you eat lunch, for example, you do not want to eat brown rice only. You want to eat brown rice and a tofu, brown rice or kidney beans, brown rice or lentils, brown rice or and obviously add some vegetables in there too. But just want to make sure that you have a sufficient amount of protein in your diet by simple lifestyle changes that you can adapt, okay? Because it's better to be safe than sorry. Third tip that I want to share with you today is that you need to follow a scientific exercise schedule. What this means is a lot of us, we think, okay, if we change something in our nutrition, then muscle growth will come if we do like 100 push-ups a day. But that's not really how muscle growth works, One of the key factors of muscles, the one reason we have muscles itself, is to generate force, because your muscles, they're between your bones over a joint, and then they force, like the bones, they contract, and they force their bones to move like this. So muscles are responsible for movement, and the way they do movement is through force production. We don't want to go into advanced physics right here, or basic physics, but generally you have to understand that the reason we have muscles is for them to produce force. And one of the reasons why is this important, because for us to have more muscles, we need to kind of show them a reason that they need to produce more force in the long term, or that more force is needed for a proficient functioning of our organism. Which means you need to kind of show your organism or your body that they need to build muscle. And the way you do it is by applying a sufficient load of force on your muscles. That's it, okay? And the way you do it is by an exercise schedule that is great. So what do I mean by that? First of all, an exercise schedule or a training routine, so to speak, should one, operate in the right amount of rep range. Okay, you do not want to do 100 of repetitions. You generally want to aim between 6 to 12 repetitions. And the second thing, which I see a lot of people make, is they don't overload their muscles over time. Which means today, if you're bench pressing 50 kilos 10 times, then next week you should aim for 50 kilos 11 times. Now obviously you can't always progress, but progression is one of the most important things when it comes to long-term muscle growth. So really push yourself full effort in the gym and make sure that you overload over time. Okay, so these were the 3 tips how you can gain muscle on a vegan diet. Number 1 is make sure you're in a caloric surplus, have a sufficient amount of protein. And number 3, make sure you follow an exercise schedule that is based on solid scientific principles. Okay, so if you like this video, smash the goddamn like button. If you want to see more of these cool videos, subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. And if you want to work directly with me, you can go to qualitygains.com. I put a link down below in the description somewhere, and you can apply for starting to work with me. So if you want to work with me, you usually want to get in the best vegan shape of your life, and you're a vegan entrepreneur and professional. So if this is you, click the link down below in the description and I help you get in the best shape of your life. Okay guys, I see you next time.